One of the biggest, highly anticipated movies is releasing this weekend during the summer, Oppenheimer, and we went to go see it in IMAX. That's right, in IMAX, but is it any good? We'll talk. Hi, how you doing today? It's just Jess here. Hope you're having a good day. And today, yes. So we got the movie Oppenheimer and we went to go see it in IMAX, but is it worth it in that format? Honestly, absolutely downright yes. This movie is literally shot for IMAX. Fills up the entire screen, featuring 15 per 7mm film. Only some of the theaters have this on the biggest screen. Here in Illinois, in the time of recording, I don't have this option to go see this in this format in the big screen. However, they just opened up the biggest IMAX theater in Illinois and I did not get my tickets for that, so I don't know if they updated it online, but it literally opened like a few weeks ago, so I will have to go check it out. If you've seen some of the pictures on Instagram, it's 600 pounds of film, so I suspect that's like 2 to 3 manpower of carrying that type of thing. You get the expanded aspect ratio from 1.43.1. This is the first movie to use IMAX black and white film, which is pretty cool and pretty neat since I did research after watching it. And of course, if you're watching it in IMAX, the proprietary sound system provides powerful in-depth audio experience in IMAX. So that was mostly just the IMAX experience for me. I still went to like one of my IMAX theaters that I normally go on this review channel. For me, you guys obviously, if you've seen me before, I love IMAX. I will always go see IMAX. I believe in the biggest and better things, and you can feel that with this film, which we'll talk about right now. Oppenheimer is an adult dramatic narrative war history period piece point set in time about the invention of the atomic bomb. It's a perfect movie if you like the Cold War history and the moral thoughts of these decisions, especially the bombing. And first thing foremost, I've been very vocal on this YouTube channel. I don't really like World War I. I don't like World War II. I don't really like old stuff like that. That's just not the type of guy that I am. Basically anything before like 1990. I didn't really like Indiana Jones or like other movies like that. I'm just not that type of guy. Like I like Call of Duty, like Advanced Warfare, Modern Warfare, but that's something different. I'm more of a neon futuristic martini cyberpunk house music romance type dude. In this movie, I mean, that's just who I am. However, I knew it was Christopher Nolan at first. I saw the teaser. I don't watch trailers on this channel, but I did see like a 2-second teaser saying like the man who moved the earth, and then I saw it was Christopher Nolan and the shot with IMAX cameras. So to me, I've been very vocal about I love IMAX. I'd rather go big or go home. Even when I get my own house, even have like a 70-inch OLED TV, I will still prefer the IMAX experience because I just love being in the theaters IMAX. But then the trailer like got my eye, so I was not probably the target demographic for this movie. And with that being said, I absolutely almost fell in love with this movie. Yeah, it's not a perfect movie by any stretch of the imagination unless for you, but even for me, for a guy that's not like any of this stuff, I found myself very invested even before seeing the movie. When I was walking into the theater, I told myself I didn't tell myself, I knew I was so excited for this film. I can't wait to see it. I knew I was gonna like it, and sure enough, I do like it, even though I don't like any of what we just talked about, which is very rare for a movie to do that to me. Maybe because it's Christopher Nolan, maybe it's because the use of technology they use in the camera department, such as the IMAX cameras, or the extensive amazing cast that we won't like touch upon in a minute, but there is so much amazing talent in front and behind the camera, which I fell in love the way this movie is represented. So the US is on the brink of losing World War II, and after hearing rumors of the Soviets and the Russians have a bomb that they're developing that can kill millions of people, Dr. Robert J. Oppenheimer assembles the world's greatest physicians and quantum mechanics in partnership with the military to travel to Los Alamos in New Mexico to develop the devastating time in history's first time in the creation of the first nuclear weapon, the atomic bomb. However, we see him as a young man discovering himself into the Manhattan Project and then to the atomic bomb. Cillian Murphy is marvelous as Dr. Robert J. Oppenheimer as he tackles this role with gravitas such as being so much complex and showing so much emotion, conflicted thoughts with his body, his face movements, his gestures, and even those eyes. Most of the time, the camera's just up on him, but you know something's up. Just the way he's looking, just the way his eyes are looking at like the space and the ether, and this is all without saying any words, and he delivers a high-end performance when he does start talking. Probably this movie, as well as his acting and this role, will get nominated for so many awards down the line. In the movie, he could be seen as egotistical and a womanizer, as what is stated in the film when they were talking. Now, let's not forget forget the females in this movie. Emily Blunt as Kitty Oppenheimer is his end wife, and the reason why I say end wife is because that's the girl that he ends up with. Of course, he was doing a little bit of dating in the beginning early of his life, which the movie explores that, but she should not be missed with her performance because she brings a fiery talent to this role, someone that is loyal to her husband through and throughout the ending of all these battles that they're going through, and she fights for what she believes in. She is a fierce competitor in this movie for what she wants. She's also a scientist as well. Matt Damon is cool as he's a brutal and strong supporting role that brings in the strength of Leslie Grove, a military general who teams up with Oppenheimer and often has opposite clashes with him, so they don't really agree, but he is determined to do whatever it takes to succeed in creating the atomic bomb. Now, Robert Downey Jr. is amazing in anything, just like how always is in Iron Man, but it's actually pretty nice to see him tackle a different role other than just Iron Man that a lot of people know him from. He plays as Louis Strauss, the chairman of the Atomic Energy Commission, but in the movie explores, of course, the fine line. Is he a friend? Is he a foe? Which I won't, not going to tell you right now because that would be spoilers, but I love how the movie walked that fine line between friend or foe, and if he's jealous of Oppenheimer, like Oppenheimer is this amazing guy, he's jealous, like should he be jealous? Like we're going to talk about that in a second, but at the end of the day, he does deliver of course, a great performance as well. One thing too that I found out, it's so cool how many famous actors and actresses, the extensive cast of talent that you see on the film, big and small, that share minutes or even like 30 minutes or hours, that share the role with all these amazing movies, such as Rami Malek and Florence Pugh as his first love interest. And for all of you, my After fans, some of you, I don't even know if you're still watching this, we got two people from the After family in this movie. Dylan Arnold, the guy Noah, he plays as Frank Oppenheimer. Even the mom of Hardin, which is Louis Lombard, which plays the mom. So there's so many great, amazing talent that you're gonna see. You're like, wow, I know this person from this movie, I know this person from that movie. So this is a great extensive cast list of amazing talent that you see on screen. Yeah, some of them might not get the same amount of screen time as others, but it's so amazing to see a lot of known people in quantity and quality of this type of film in the movie. One thing to notice though, I did notice the art of storytelling. Now, when I say that, I meant that in capital locks. The art of storytelling. The film uses dramatic dialogue scenes and expositions while mostly playing music and scores of the cinematic music. And sometimes I thought, you know what, that soundtrack, even though it's crescendos, amazing, it's dramatic, it's building up, sometimes it feels like to me it can overpower the dialogue, and so it's hard to hear the amazing conversations that people have with planning, with oh my gosh, like who are we gonna recruit? We're gonna recruit this person, this problems. It was a little bit hard to hear. Maybe it was just my personal IMAX theater, or maybe because they had the amazing talent in a different theater. Let me know your thoughts on the audio, because sometimes as amazing as the music is, or the scores, or the crescendo, or the build up, or whatever behind the dialogue, sometimes it was a little bit hard to hear. However, don't know if that's a sign of a creative decision they made, but that's when I felt, wow. I've seen probably movies like this in my lifetime, but it's a few and far between that you feel this and see it and hear it in the cinematic experience. You can feel, based on this movie, just the way you're watching, hearing it, you can feel the love that Christopher Nolan has for the cinematic experience, especially in IMAX in the theater. When I was watching, I was like, wow, this is exactly what they're talking about. The next line of movies is a cinematic IMAX experience. Like you can feel a lot of things, emotions, thoughts, just based on the movie is presented to you. And that's what I meant with the art of storytelling. The music, the score, the talking, the scenes, the screenplay, it so comes to a head and it's so built up well, especially in this movie. You can actually feel that this movie, wow, there's so much love and crafting and care, even though the movie does tackle on some complex of like Oppenheimer's life. But it's weird because sometimes the storytelling is told through combobulated with his past, his future, his present, the black and white, how it affects on the human psyche based on these moral decisions. Should we have the bomb? Because you look at it through Oppenheimer's eyes. Oh my gosh, like we're gonna build the bomb and now people are gonna know about the bomb and we're gonna kill millions of people and there's blood on his hand. So the movie really explores that, but I do want to hit home the art of storytelling. Like, yes, now I see what movies can be, like next level with the cinematic experience. However, this movie is not perfect. Through the buildup of the atomic bomb, you can feel a lot of things. And what I mean by that is you can feel happy, sad, nervousness. The movie literally had me and various others at the edge of my seat in the first 2 hours. After that, the last hour, let's be honest, it could be a little bit slowed down because it deals with him trying to get his security clearance back. Now, I didn't know what was going on. I didn't even know about the character or who he was or the bombing. Like I said, I don't really like this stuff, but I did a lot of information after I saw the movie because look, the first 2 hours is great. It's planned. planning, it's building, it's scheming, it's recruiting people. Why can't we do this? We need to plan the physics, the quantum. There's so many big known words thrown out there. Like, I feel like I need a PhD degree. It's amazing. The cinematic experience building up to the bombing. And then when the bomb happens, the last hour can be a little bit slow. I'm not going to lie to you. At no point did I want the movie to end, but I'm just letting you know that I'm taking my likeness off the film because I love IMAX. I will love being in IMAX. I don't care that it's 3 hours because I paid that IMAX ticket. I love being in the theaters. I don't mind being in the theaters. I look good. I feel good. I smell good at the theaters. So me getting my money's worth for an amazing cinematic experience that I only get a few times a year, then yeah, of course, 3 hours is cool. I had to use the bathroom probably twice because I was drinking a lot of water, but I think a lot of people will not like that because it is slowing down a lot. Like, sometimes people don't care about him getting his security clearance back. And such a different deviating take from the film because the first 2 hours, great. Oh my God. Like, it's amazing. The bomb. It's, imagine you're having the naughty things in bed for the first 2 hours. And then the last hour is like having pillow talk with that person. Now, depending on that person, you might like pillow talk. But at the end of the day, at no point, like I said, I wanted the movie to end. That's just a weird analogy that I can probably tell for you guys because that's the only way I can describe it. Like, yeah, it makes you think about life, people, death. It's scary. Imagine if you were alive during this time. But I just never really wanted to rush it. And that's what I really gotta let you guys know, that the last hour really slowed down because you already had the bomb. The bomb happened, the planning of the bomb. And then the last hour, the repercussions of it, the resolve of it, what happens after the bomb. He was in the beginning of Time magazine, like in the front cover. Like, that has an effect on his human psyche, and especially the people are jealous of him. Oh my God, they're trying to backstab him. Should he go to jail? Is he being in court? And all these questions get answered in the movie, but it's so bogus because a lot of his friends tried to turn on him, and I can understand that because I was dating a beautiful woman 2-3 years ago and people were trying to mess with her. My own friends trying to text her, be like, yo, you shouldn't be with Jess. So I can definitely feel that a lot of people will not like the last hour because after the first 2 hours, okay, well, great, the bombing happened, and then now what? Now he's trying to get a security clearance back, but in no way, shape, or form does that change the movie because it's still about the bomb and the effects of the bomb on him and the society around him at large. But to me, my favorite part was, oh my God, going up to the bomb, like the bomb, the bomb, the bomb, the bomb, the bomb. At the end of the day, I'm gonna give this movie an A-, and I saw this in IMAX, so your results may vary. The only reason why I'm not gonna give this a perfect score is because of the last hour. Like, I'm taking myself out of the equation, and now that it's been 2 days, I can actually, I'm like, yeah, you know what? The things that I remember is the bomb, the bomb, the bomb, the bomb, the bomb, coming to the bomb, and then when the bomb happens, feels so short-lived, especially like when you, of course, climax, or should I say come? Like, being very honest, like I know this is weird, but this is the type of dude that I am. Like, imagine when you come, oh my gosh, it lasts for a few seconds, maybe a few minutes, and then when it comes to the come down for the pillow talk, which isn't bad, but it just really depends on the type of person you are. If you made it this far, I appreciate you so much. Maybe consider hitting that like button and turning on notifications so you never miss a video. And with that, take care. Bye.